Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to apply Gaussian blur or a median blur to any image in Flutter using OpenCV. So let's get started. So first of all I will show you how to integrate OpenCV both for Android and iOS. Then I will write a lot of boilerplate code and I will explain it to you. Then I'll show you the output. So first of all what you'll have to do is go to opencv.org/releases. Click on the Android button, click on the iOS pack button. It will download 2 zip files for you. Unzip it. Then what I have done is that I have created the Flutter project. I have written some instructions for myself because I keep forgetting how to integrate OpenCV. Then what I have done is I have opened the Android folder inside Android Studio, as you can see over here, and I have opened the iOS XE workspace inside Xcode, as you can see over here. Okay, let's start integrating first of all OpenCV for Android. So the first thing what you have to do is go to Android Studio, File, New, Import Module. Then you will have to select the Android module which you have unzipped. I'll click on Browse. I'll go to Downloads. Here is my Android SDK, and from that you will have to select SDK. Click Open. Name it whatever you feel like. I'll just name it as OpenCV. I'll click on Finish. Now this will take a little bit of time, so be patient. So it is now doing Gradle sync. All right. Okay, let's see. Okay, sorry, this will take little bit of time. Then once that is done, we have to update the min and max SDK of our OpenCV Gradle. So what you can do is go to build.gradle of your module app. For me, I'm not sure where this min SDK really resides, maybe in some configuration file, but I think min SDK we can keep it as 24. Target SDK, I think by the time I am recording it is 34. Maybe by you watch it, and if Android 15 comes out, by the time you are watching it you will have to use 35 as well. So what I'll do is if you see, okay, you will have to go to build.gradle. all right, min SDK I'll update it to 24, compile SDK 34, target SDK 34 as well, and here I will also update the Java version to 17, because if you keep it as 1.8 or Java 8, then at the time of running the app OpenCV throws error. Okay, then we will again have to Gradle sync. Then we have to go to File, Project Structure. Okay, so Gradle sync is done. File, Project Structure, Dependencies, select all module, click plus, module depend. Okay, wait just a second. Okay, no, sorry. So this plus, I got confused with this plus. So all modules, click this plus, module dependency, select your app. Okay, just select OpenCV, click OK. All right, yeah, that looks fine to me. Click apply. Potential, would you like to ignore and apply? Just click OK. And here if you go to the build.gradle of your module app, you should see something like this. Okay, so yeah, I think that's it. So if I quickly build this, let's see if it is causing any issue or not. Now this will take a little bit of time. I've just clicked on the hammer icon, make module. all right, you don't have to click on it. I am just checking whether this is correct or not. Now coming back to iOS, again I'll open Xcode. First go to your downloads folder, and this is my unzipped for iOS SDK OpenCV. I'll just drag and drop it inside my runner, and here I'll just paste it over here. Okay, then what we have to do, okay, we have to create two files, OpenCV wrapper header file as well as OpenCV.mm file. So I'll just quickly create this file, new file, select header. I have named it as OpenCV wrapper, click create, and I'll just copy paste the code from over here. I'll explain the code later on what exactly I'm doing. I'll paste it over here. Then we have to create an OpenCV wrapper Objective-C++ file. So right click, new file, next, sorry, just a second, yeah, Objective-C, next, click create. Let's see, okay, manifest merger field. Okay, so what we can do, so this is an issue for Android. So what I will quickly do is go to build.gradle.module, and here I'll update the min SDK version to 24. I'll click on sync now. Okay, again coming back to iOS, I'll change the extension from .m to .mm, which will make it Objective-C++. Again I'll copy some code which I'll come back to in a bit. Then we have to create a prefix header file. So just right click, new file, search for pch, click next, click create. I'll go to this prefix header, and you will have to copy this bit of code. I'll copy paste it. Okay, and by that time, okay, so my Gradle sync is done for Android. I'll just click on this hammer icon again, just so that I will know in case if there is any error. Then we have to add this import to our bridging header file. Okay, I'll copy paste it. I'll go to my bridging header, I'll paste it over here. Okay, then we have to go to build settings, prefix header. Okay, I'll go to my runner, go to build settings, search for prefix header. Okay, make this as yes, and here inside prefix header double click. We'll have to paste this, but instead of my iOS app, I think we will just have to write runner/runner or just runner. Let's see, I'll just type runner. Okay, I think it should be runner/runner, but anyways, let's see. I'll just click on enter. Okay, now what I'll do is from my devices I'll just select so my iPhone is not connected. You can't really test it on a simulator. That's the issue with OpenCV. It does not work on a simulator. You will have to connect to a real iOS device, but currently I don't have it. So what I'll do is I'll just select this particular build of any iOS device, ARM64. Quickly click on Command B, just do Command B. Okay, and coming back to Android, okay, it is successful. So Android OpenCV has been properly integrated. Let's just wait for iOS if it is properly integrated. Then once the iOS build is successful, what I will do is that I will write down all the code. So what basically I am doing is that I will have one button that will pick one image, and then it will apply Gaussian blur or median blur, whatever you want to apply, and display that image. Okay, so the build is successful for iOS as well. So what I'll do is I'll quickly write all the code and come back. I have updated the code, so I have written all the boilerplate code so I don't waste your time. So first, here inside my homepage widget, I have refactored it to be a stateful widget. Alright, and also you will have to go to Android settings.gradle, and I have updated the Kotlin version to 1.9.22. Otherwise you will face lot of issues. And for iOS, for iOS we have to update the iOS version to 14. Like my Xcode is still starting. Anyways, Okay, so here it is. So I'll just go to runner, and here make sure your iOS deployment target is 14, and inside this particular runner go sorry, this one, and here you inside minimum deployments, this is also 14. And before I forget, because I always forget this, go to runner, info.plist, and here make sure you add this photo library usage description permission as well. Then inside main.dart I have created one variable for image url1, and I have created a method channel for picking image. Then here I have created one text button which will on click of it will be invoking this method called pick image, and whatever is the url of that particular image, we send it back from native side to Flutter side. Once we have that url, we set it to image url1, and once that is not equal to empty, then only we update this particular custom widget which I have created. So I have wrapped it inside a size box so that it is properly displayed. Now if you see this my image view, sorry, so here you can see it takes an image url, and we are sending that image url with the help of this creation params map. Then here I have created one key, we are initializing that key, and we are updating our widget so that we are using this key so that every time you pick a new image from Photos app, our widget should get updated. That's why I have written this particular method. And if platform is Android, we are displaying an Android view. For iOS, we are displaying a UI kit view. We are passing this identifier, so same identifier you will have to use it on native iOS side as well. And here we are passing our key as well as our creation params map. Then for Android, what I have done is that I have went to build.gradle, so go to app build.gradle, and here I have also added these two dependencies, so activity kotlin extension and fragment kotlin extension, so that I can make use of register for activity result. Next go to src main, I don't think we have anything in Android manifest, so go to main activity, and here I am using Flutter fragment activity. Then I have created one method channel result. Here we are initializing our OpenCV loader so that it should be initialized before we use it. And inside configure Flutter engine, we are first registering our native view, so I'm using the same identifier which we have on the Flutter side. Then I have created one method channel, same identifier, and once pick image is called, we are calling this particular method. So if you see this method, we are launching this particular intent, and we are filtering by images only. So once the user picks a image, we get the URI for it and we send it back to the Flutter side. Next I have created another file called my image view factory, which we were referencing over here. So this is again boilerplate code which you have to write every time you want to create a native Android view inside Flutter. So this is boilerplate code. The only thing which you have to remember is here we are calling our my image view kotlin file. So if you see this my image view.kt, so first of all you can copy all the imports, and here we are creating our image view. Then we are creating this mat from OpenCV. Then we are returning our image view. Here we are assigning layout params to our image view. Then with the help of the image URI which we get from the Flutter side, we convert it to a proper URI, and then we convert that image URI to a bitmap. Once we have that bitmap, and if mat is not initialized, we initialize it. Then we just call utils.bitmap to mat and just pass this particular code. Now if you want to apply Gaussian blur, you can just remove this, like uncomment this. So this is the particular code. And to apply median blur, you can apply this particular code. If you want to apply simultaneously, you can do that as well, but I will just comment this Gaussian blur for now. And then we just again have to call utils.map to bitmap, pass our mat, pass our bitmap, and then we are just setting it to our bitmap, to our image view. Now for iOS, firstly I think I haven't explained the header file code. So first, okay, I'll just remove this. So even I'm not really good at this, I will try to explain as much as I can. So basically inside the header we are defining two methods, Gaussian blur and median blur, which takes a UI image and returns a UI image as well, and this kernel size is for how much blur you want to apply. Then inside this Objective C++ file, we are first need to get mat. Just like in Android we got a mat, we require this mat as well. So this is boilerplate code which I have just copied. And coming back to the implementation of our method, so for Gaussian blur, once we have the mat, we apply that particular mat, and here you can see we are using this Gaussian blur method from OpenCV, and then we just return back the image. Similarly for median blur, we just apply the median blur and return back the image. Next you will have to go to app delegate, and here I have imported photos and photos UI. Also I am extending PHP view controller delegate, and as you can see we are first registering our view. So I am using the same identifier which we have on the Flutter side. Then I am creating a controller, then I am creating a Flutter method channel with the same name. Once pick image is called, we are checking for authorization from photos app, and if it is authorized then only we call pick photo. If not, we are asking for authorization. So if you see the pick photo, we are basically launching the PHP view controller. Selection limit is 1 and filter by images, and once that is launched, this method gets called because we are extending PHP view controller delegate over here. And once this is called, once the user picks an image, this gets called. So we are dismissing it first, and from the selected item okay, so from the selected item we convert it to a UI image, then send that image to this particular method. We compress that image, save it to temporary directory, and then from that directory we get the image URL. So we are sending that image URL back to Flutter side. Next, for this my image view native view factory which we were referencing over here, so for that I have created one Swift file. So this is boilerplate code which you have to write every time you want to embed a native iOS view inside your Flutter project. Only thing which you have to remember is, here I am referencing another Swift file called my image view native view. So for that I have created another Swift file. So here you can see we are importing UI kit, and then we are creating our view, initializing that particular view. We are getting the image URL from Flutter side, and once we have that, we are creating our UI image. Then we assign some width and height to our image view. Then we convert that URL to a proper URL. Then we convert it to a UI image with the help of url.path. And now if you want to apply Gaussian blur, you can just uncomment this particular code. If you want to apply median blur, you can use this particular code, and then just assign it to our image view. If you can apply both Gaussian blur and median blur simultaneously, and here we are adding our image view to our parent view. So yeah, now let's see the output for both Flutter, both for Android and iOS. Okay guys, so this is the output for Android. I'll click on open image picker, and it opens the image picker for me. I'll select this image, and as you can see, I forgot, okay, this is the median blur. So here as you can see, median blur was applied to this image as well. Median blur was applied, and if I just apply Gaussian blur, I'll just rerun my app. I'll click on open image picker. I'll select this image, and here you can see Gaussian blur was applied, and so I'll just pick the second image as well, and here you can see Gaussian blur was applied. Okay guys, so this is the output for iOS. I'll just click on open image picker. It opens all these images. I'll just select one image, and here you can see median blur has been applied. Similarly, I'll just select another image, and here you can see median blur was applied. Now if I want to apply Gaussian blur, I'll just uncomment this and comment median blur out. I'll rerun my app, and okay, anytime now. Okay, so if I click on open image picker, select this image, here you can see Gaussian blur was applied. If I select this image, Gaussian blur was applied. Like, try to select a person's image then I think those blur effects would be more visible. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.